Welcome to Balanced Body and Beyond. Today's practice, we're going to focus on strengthening our core. So we're going to strengthen from the inside out while adding lots of good stretch and mobility work. All these things combined to make us feel better, get through our days better, and revive us. So without further ado, let's roll out our mats and we'll begin. For today's practice, we're going to begin on our back. So you will have to really put your listening ears on and try to listen your way through the practice. Certainly take a peek at the screen when you need to. But right now, stretch yourselves out. Take a full body stretch. And then we'll bring our arms alongside our body. We're going to capture our breath first by breathing in through the nose and exhaling through our lips. Inhale through your nostrils. And now make pursed lips like you're blowing out birthday candles and exhale through those lips. Inhale. Blow out the birthday candles. We'll try that just a few more times. Big, strong breath in through your nose, and there's 110 birthday candles for you to blow out. So keep on exhaling. That being said, let's walk our feet in towards our hips. And we're going to set up for our first movement, picking our hips up, but as we do that, I want you to pick up one vertebrae at a time. So peel your tailbone up off the mat first, and then rising up into what we would call our bridge pose. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lift your tailbone, push off the back of your shoulder. Exhale, roll back down. So we're continuing with this movement. Next time you feel your hips touch the floor, we're going to add in an overhead reach. So as your hips come up, bring one arm up, reach overhead, and as you reach overhead, feel all your fingertips touch the floor behind you. Exhale, bring the arm back alongside the body as your hips lower, and then you'll switch arms. Hips come up, arm reaches overhead. I want you to think about, as the arm goes overhead, feel your bicep brush alongside your face. So we're going to get greater range of motion from the shoulder the closer the arm travels to the head. The straighter the arm, the greater range of motion. Spread your fingers wide, feel all your fingertips touch the floor overhead. Strengthening the back side of our body with every hip lift. Warming up through the shoulders, working on mobility, range of motion through the shoulder with our overhead reach. As always, you can move at your own pace, your own speed. You don't have to move with me, but this is going to be the last bridge for now. Arms alongside body, and now we're going to pick our feet up off the mat. And we're going to set our hands right over our kneecaps. So this is going to create the appropriate distance your knees should be from the body. So if we didn't have the hands on the knees, what would probably happen is your knees would drop towards your chest. But our hands are going to set our body position. And once you're here, you're going to keep your hands right where they're at. You're going to lower one foot down with a little heel tap to the mat, and then lift back up, and then switch. Now we want to watch that the lower back stays connected to the mat. If this is too strenuous, just start with both feet on the ground like this and lift your knee to your hands. So this will take away some of that resistance that you experience when both knees are up. But if you're up here, you take the knee, lower it down. And to help keep that lower back connected, I want you to continue breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, using your exhalation to stabilize your spine. Now we're building some heat. Like I said, we're gonna strengthen through the core. And then hold. We're gonna keep the knees elevated, but this time you get to take your arms wide, pressing your palms down, squeeze your knees and ankles together. We're gonna move the legs side to side like windshield wipers. And as you go side to side, take this opportunity to turn your head and stretch a little bit through the neck. So as the knees move to one direction, you look the opposing direction. So knees go one way and your head turns the opposite way. Now with your arms nice and wide and your palms pushing into the floor, you should be experiencing some anchoring points. But you are not only strengthening your oblique muscles, transferring your legs side to side, but you're getting a nice stretch in that lower back region. As you bring your knees back up over the hips, we're all to pause together and set your feet back down on the mat. We're going to take another bridge, but as you do it, we're going to bring our fingertips close to the heels of our feet. Elevate your hips and we hold our bridge. We're going to take our left leg up in the air. And with the left leg in the air, we're going to circle the left leg, little circle. If this is too much sensation for you, you can lower the hips down like this and still circle the leg. Maybe you can get a bigger circle here. Otherwise, our hips are going to stay elevated, so we keep targeting the back side of our body, but now we work some range of motion through the ball and socket joint of the hip through this leg circle. Try changing directions of your circle. And like I said at the beginning, this practice is going to focus on core strengthening. So throughout this mat work here, we have integrated a lot of different core work. When our core is stronger, the whole body is stronger. Hold here. Both feet down. Let's try it on the other side. Circle. Right? And if you have a tendency to feel the hips are swaying side to side, you don't feel steady, that would be normal, right? Because we need to strengthen the hips to create that strong, steady, locked-in feeling through the hips. But this is part of that process. Bigger circle if possible. And change directions. Yeah, focus, feel, and hold. Both feet down, and go ahead and lower your hips down. Let's stretch the lower back by pulling the knees into the chest. Place your hands behind your thighs and just give the legs a little hug in. Awesome, awesome work. Good. We're going to go ahead and come into a seated position and we'll cross our legs comfortably. Now, some folks might feel like this is a strenuous position, the hips don't open. Some ideas here: if you have a yoga block, a pillow, or a blanket, if you elevate your hips, get your hips a little higher, this might be a lot more comfortable for you. So just grab something in your house. You don't need anything fancy. We can always figure something out. Good? The other thing you can do is you could prop pillows under your knees to give you support. Oliver here really wants this blanket, so I think I'm just going to give it to him and see what he does. There you go, buddy. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and do some side bending. Arm over your ear, side to side. Awesome. Relaxing through your hips. Inhale and exhale. At the beginning of our practice, I coach nasal breathing and exhaling then through your mouth. Not going to be too picky here. Just keep the flow of air in and out of the body, not holding our breath. Now we're going to add a little diagonal fold. You're going to reach over your knee, take a bow, drop your forehead to your knee. Then come up and we'll try it on the other side. So here, we're starting to feel that stretching component. If you feel like this forward fold is really benefiting you by staying still and breathing a few repetitions, take the time. It's your practice. It's your time on the mat. Do what feels good. Awesome. Bring both arms up. Inhale. Slide your hands behind you. Have your fingertips point towards your hips. Lift your chest. Open through your heart space. Pull your chin up off your chest and take your gaze to the ceiling. We're not really arching our back. We're just really leaning back a bit and opening through our heart space. Tuck your chin in, look forward, and then send your feet onto the mat, knees together. So very similar movement we did earlier when we fan the legs side to side. Releasing the muscles in the lower back, but getting a little massage on the hips. We're gonna make this movement a little bit stretchier. Try extending the top leg and reach your big toe across the room. Turn your head, look over your shoulder. This is another great exercise to work your waistline as you feel like you're wringing out a sponge. One more. And hold. We'll take our legs in a straddle now. Now in the straddle, I'm going to encourage you to point your toes up. Bring the arms up. And then we're going to twist. And once you twist, you're going to bow. Inhale, lift. And then let's twist and bow to the other side. Inhale up. This again will take some core strength to rotate, to lift, and then rotate and lower. You can always break these moves down. If it doesn't work to use the arms in this fashion, just do something else. But we're going to change the move a bit here. Holding in the center, we'll take our arms wide, and now we're going to rotate side to side, reaching for the inside of your foot. So lots of different movements from our spine. Moving side to side, forward and back, twisting, rotating. I always say people with healthy spines are happier people. You guys probably can relate to that if you've ever experienced back issues. I think like 99.9% of people do at some point in their lifetime. And if you haven't, you're a lucky one. Good. Hold here, arms come down. We're going to take our bellies down to the mat and come into child's pose. Join your toes together, big toes anyway. You can always tuck your feet underneath at any point. And then send your hips back. Feel that stretch through your shoulders, dropping your forehead down to the mat. Shimmy the hips a little bit side to side. And then hold still. Find your yoga breathing, long deep breaths all the way into the pit of your belly. Fill your lungs. Long exhale out. Now go ahead and spread your fingers really wide and then press the entire surface of your hand into the mat, grounding down into the mat. We're going to rock our body weight forward, coming into a kneeling plank, and we're going to do what we would call a modified push-up. So in a kneeling plank, your alignment is one line from your shoulders to your hips to your knees. Slowly lower your body down. You'll feel your elbows brush your ribs. When you pick your body up, chest and hips come up off at the same time. So we're activating our core, bringing the body up as one unit, and then pushing our hips back for a nice big stretch. Inhale, rock your body weight forward. Exhale, chest and hips land at the same time. Push up and then back. So how are we going to strengthen our core through this movement? By landing the chest and hips at the same time, elbows brushing ribs, fully engaging our abdominal muscles, keeping our spine long and supported. We support it by drawing our belly in. And you might notice every time you reset the child's pose, muscles become a little more forgiving and you're able to reach the hips back a little farther. We're going to meet up in tabletop pose. So walk your knees under your hips, pick your hands up and walk your hands under your shoulders. So are you at tabletop? Now relax your shoulders and see if you can feel your shoulder blades sliding down your spine a little bit. We're not all crunched up. We're not wearing our shoulders as earrings. We're going to pick up the right knee and you're going to lift the right leg laterally and then come back down. So my favorite cue for this one is imagine you were a dog and you were next to a fire hydrant. Enough said. You do want to keep your belly button pointing straight down so you're not rotating from the hips. To upgrade this exercise, we're going to take away our left hand, reach it forward. So now we're balancing on 2 points. The stabilizer muscles have to really work hard here. If it's too much, you bring both hands to the mat. Opening and closing through the hip, keeping our spines long, remembering to keep the head also in alignment with the spine. So you're looking straight down towards your fingertips. You're not looking up and you're not looking under the body. All right, let's set all 4 points down. Slide the shoulder blades down away from your ears and now pick up your left knee. There's a fire hydrant right next to you. Make your mark. Lift and lower. And your gaze is towards your fingertips. But now I'm going to pick up my right hand. Join me if you'd like. Stretching the right arm out. Thumb points to the ceiling. Lift and lower. Stabilizer muscles on. Trying not to rotate through the hips, keeping your belly button pointing downward. Awesome, awesome job. Let's squeeze in one more lift. All 4 points down. Come to your knees. Inhale, lift up. Palms together. And we are going to sweep the arms forward and then out to the side, taking another sort of bow. Inhale, lift up, fingertips to ceiling. Push your hips forward. Exhale. Now your forehead doesn't have to come to the mat. Maybe it does. But what goes down must come up. As your arms send wide, pinch your shoulder blades together, activating postural muscles. Through this hip hinge mechanic, it's very similar to what we did on the bridge. When we were laying flat on our back, we were picking our hips up and down. So now think about what's happening in this pattern. We're hinging through our hips. Right? We've just taken it from laying on our backs to coming into a kneeling position. And we can do this from standing. Hold here. Place your palms down onto the mat. We'll set up a high plank. Alternatives to high plank, work from your knees. Simple enough. Now, from our high plank, without moving your hands or your feet, we're going to pick our hips up and then press our hips back to find downward dog. So a common mistake folks make are they'll start inching their hands closer to your feet. But you want to try to set your downward dog from a plank, keeping that same distance between your hands and feet, and then you lift up. So we're in downward dog together. Let's pedal out the feet, alternating heel presses. If this pose doesn't work for you, it will hurt your hands, or it would just feel better for you to work from your forearms, you drop to your forearms. But one of the best ways to develop strength through the wrists, forearms, and hands is to actually do the thing. So maybe you do it for a little bit and then take a break. You're looking at your toes as you're pedaling out your feet, shifting your weight side to side. Let's press both heels down now. And then walk our feet forward. So if our feet don't get all the way up to our hands, let's walk our hands back to our feet. Tuck your chin in, look to the back of the mat. Breathe into any restricted areas. Slowly we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bring our arms overhead, big stretch. Awesome. We're going to take some squats, bending the knees, elbows come down. Now my elbows are going to point towards my knees, they don't have to touch, and then I'm going to come all the way up. Maybe you like to take your feet a little wider. I'm not going to be picky where your feet are placed. But I am going to encourage you to keep your chest up. So to squat, to get our quadriceps firing, chest stays up. What a lot of folks do is they'll drop their chest down, right? And they'll work then through the hips more than the legs. Think about that. Now we're going to add a little twist. When you come up, you're going to rotate. Pick up your heel and reach. Come down to the center. Rotate the other way. Pick up your heel and reach. Ooh. It's like nap time in my house right now, but I'm not napping. We'll try one more on each side. Are you picking up your heel, rotating, reaching, stretching, whole body integrated together? Let's come back up the center. You're towards the very front of your mat. That leaves lots of room to lean back, or step back, I should say. From here, you're going to step your right leg back as far as you can, and you're going to come into a lunge. And from this lunge, we're going to bring our hands down, and then big wide arms back up, taking it down. Now your knees will tell you how low you can go. If it's a small bend, it's okay. With your back heel lifted like this, you are challenging your balance. We're strengthening our core, but we are adding that stretch right in your quadricep and hip flexor. We're going to come all the way down with the hands to the inside of your front foot. Now, you might then have to lengthen your back foot out farther. You may need to put your back knee down. Good? So just let the hips open a little bit. We're nice and close to the floor. We're relaxed. We're not harboring any extra tension. If you want to pick up your back knee, you can. And you're going to extend then your left arm forward. We're going to circle the left arm up, around, big circle. Now, I might have just gotten my left and rights confused, but you can see the arm moving is opposite from the leg that's extended behind you. Making a big circle. And you can turn your head and follow the arm. We're going to reach forward and hold. And now step or place both hands down. You're going to push off your back foot and bring both feet together. Ooh. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And from here, take your left leg all the way back. We're set up in a lunge, and you're going to bring your hands down under your front thigh. Arms go wide and up. Good. Maybe you creep your back foot a little farther away from the front foot. And that might give you better range to go down and up. You do want to try to keep your back heel lifted. But if you experience pain in anything we do, we'll work our way around the pain and choose something different. Arms overhead. And now land both hands to the inside of your front foot as you come down into your lunge. You can creep your back foot farther away. Reach your arm forward. So the arm that's moving is opposite from the leg behind you. And circle the arm. As you circle the arm, look behind you, follow. Your back knee, once again, can come to the mat. Not harder or easier, better or worse, different. And everybody's body is different. So we're going to choose different poses for every individual body. It's real easy to start leaning into the grounded hand. So we'll put some attention into carrying your body weight through your legs and not leaning into your grounded hand. Reaching forward and holding. And then setting both hands on the mat. Let's move both feet back behind us. Dropping to your knees, pushing back to child's pose. Taking some pressure off your palms, you're gonna walk your fingertips onto your shoulder blades, inch your elbows forward to your temples. Arms extend in front of you. Bring your body weight forward into your kneeling plank, graduating into our high plank, traveling into downward dog. Feet walk forward between your hands. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to take a balancing pose, airplane pose. As your hands lower down, you're going to keep your palms facing away from you. Your knuckles are going to lift to the ceiling, and you will lift our left leg in the air. So your fingertips point to the back of the room, your thumbs V outward, your palms parallel to the mat. Your head is in alignment with the spine, so tucking your chin in slightly and looking straight down. As we rise, we're going to keep our foot off the mat and pull our knee in front of our hips. If you need to drop your foot to reset like this and then lift, do it. Chest up, shoulders up. Anytime we're in a balancing exercise, your stabilizer muscles, your core muscles are all firing, buzzing. They are turned on. Your next challenge is to add a twist. I'm going to encourage you to set your foot down on the floor if you're new to this practice. And then twist. Once you're in your twist and you want to try to lift your knee, try it. So standing with a twist. Bringing both feet down, arms alongside the body. Nice work. So let's try that on the other side. Fingertips are pointing down. We call this Tadasana. Standing strong. Picking up your other leg, which should be your right leg. Arms are glued alongside your body. Your knuckles are lifting to the ceiling. And if you tip out of the pose, don't worry about it. Just reset and try again. Ground down with your base foot. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Imagine you had a tissue under your arms and you're trying to squeeze that tissue, not letting it fall out. That's going to help you stabilize your body even more. We're going to transition into our standing leg raise. So slowly stand and let your knee lift in front of your hip. Bring your arms up. Standing leg raise. Ideally, we would want our knee at hip height. Drawing your bellies in, sliding your tailbone under a little bit. And then we can take our twist. Again, I invite you to put your foot down to take the twist. If you leave it up, that will be certainly more difficult. And then turn your head and look over your shoulder. You can hold the balancing pose even with the tippy toe on the mat. You find where you're at today. Untangling. We're going to step long ways on the mat in a straddle. Good. And then we're going to point the toes out. So you're going to be like in a plie squat. We're going to load our thighs to strengthen, and we're going to continue to work our core and work some flexibility in our spine by taking an overhead reach and dropping our forearm to our thigh. Now you want to feel your bicep right over your ear and pull your chest back. Switch. And now flow side to side. You'll start experiencing the sensation of work through your thighs as you hold this plie squat. Oh, it feels so good. Feels so good. See if you can turn your head and look under your arm. How much more can your legs take? One more? Yeah. Here we go. All right, both arms up, straighten those legs. Thank you, legs. Arms come down. We're gonna do some more floor work to finish up. Hopefully, your body is liking you at this point and saying, thank you for doing something with me today, right? That's the name of the game. So we'll stay in a seated position here. Legs stretched out in front of you. We'll take another little twist like I like. So I'm a big fan of rotating, lateral stretching, flexion and extension. And then look to the other side. And then looking to your toes, arms will come up. Staff pose, which is where we're at right here, we'll add a forward fold. Chin in. Okay, so I'm going to chuckle. The nap time appears to be over. But I think nap time's over because there's actually a stink bug about to crawl onto my mat. Is that a reason to stop a practice? I don't know, but the practice is almost over anyway. Oh my goodness. Would you kill the stink bug or take it outside? All right. Let's take butterfly pose. It's scary, George. I know the stink bug. So with your paw, the soles of your feet together, what I like to do is kind of massage the arch of my foot outward with my thumb, and that enables me to open up my hips a little bit more. Nice hip opening pose, lifting our heart space to the ceiling. Breathing, letting the hips relax. We're in a seated position. Once again, if you ever want to grab a pillow or a blanket, you can use that to elevate the body, and it might make your poses more comfortable in a seated position anyway. Awesome. You can stay in this butterfly pose, and we're going to lay back. We're going to take Supta Baddha Konasana, fancy words. I try To avoid fancy words, but I know a few. Take your palm onto your heart and the other palm onto your belly. Feel your body move with your breath. Relax through your facial muscles. And even after this video is over, you can return to this position. Stay here as long as you'd like. We're going to bring our knees together, return to a seated position so we can end our session together. Oh, the buggy has moved on to my mat. He's right there. Anywho, here we are, inhaling. Please, please, please subscribe to this channel. And it's just my third video. It's just the beginning of so many great videos and practices to come. So I thank you for joining me today. Namaste, and I'll see you next time. Hit the subscribe button, please, 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 and we'll get more. I'm super excited for where this is going to take us. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, whatever's in store for you.